coalition of Democratic senators introduced a novel piece of legislation on Thursday that imposes restrictions on cryptocurrency transactions in a bid to prevent Russian state actors from circumventing sanctions imposed on the country by the US government. Sponsored by Senators Elizabeth Warren for the District of Massachusetts, Jack Reed from the District of Rhode Island, Mark Warner from the District of Virginia, and John Tester for the District of Montana, the Digital Asset Sanctions Compliance Enhancement Act would require President Biden to issue a report to Congress identifying foreign persons trading or operating a cryptocurrency trading platform to evade US sanctions, and to subsequently freeze their assets. It comes 1 week after President Joe Biden signed an executive order calling for a whole-of-government approach to crypto regulation. The bill further grants extensive powers to the U.S. Secretary of Treasury, including the authority to restrict digital asset and cryptocurrency trading platforms from engaging with users who are potentially linked to Russia. This is the latest piece of legislation issued in the wake of Russia's military assault on Ukraine, in response to concern that Russian oligarchs stand to evade stringent international sanctions through cryptocurrency and digital asset trading. But Michael Kobanian, the founder of Ukraine's largest crypto exchange and one of the hearing's witnesses, told members of Congress that it would be extremely difficult for Russian oligarchs to use crypto to evade economic sanctions, and that efforts to regulate cryptocurrency markets should not undermine the ability of Russian citizens to bring down the Putin regime. Quote, "Crypto provides new payment options for criminals and cheats," Warren said during the Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs hearing, which focused on the role of cryptocurrency in illegal finance. In attendance were a spectrum of witnesses, including Kobanian, who has worked closely with Ukraine's government to facilitate its wartime crypto fundraising campaign, and Michael Moser, former acting director of the Treasury's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, or FinCEN, which recently flagged crypto as a potential, albeit limited, method for avoiding sanctions. Quote, "We know other countries have used crypto to avoid sanctions," Warren said. The senator noted that Iran, Venezuela, and North Korea have circumvented sanctions via crypto. She said that last year, 74% of the revenue generated by ransomware extortion, amounting to more than $400 million in crypto, was linked to Russian-affiliated hackers, according to blockchain data platform Chainalysis. But Kobanian, founder of Kyiv-based Kuna Exchange, which has provided the framework for Ukraine's crypto donation efforts, presented the positives of using digital currencies in wartime. The country's crypto crowdfund has raised more than $50 million since Ukraine's digital minister Mykola Fedorov announced it on February 26th, and now the campaign has a goal of $100 million, Kobanian said. Under the authority of the Ministry of Digital Transformation and the Ministry of Defense, Kuna has been acting as Ukraine's crypto bank, converting donations into currencies such as the euro, as well as directly purchasing goods with crypto. The Ukrainian army has used these funds to purchase more than 5,000 bulletproof vests, 500 helmets, and 410,000 packed lunches, according to a government report. In the besieged city of Mariupol, which has been devastated by Russian attacks, including the bombing on Wednesday of a theater used to shelter more than 1,000 civilians, the internet still works there, so we can supply crypto there to buy food, Kobanian said. The hearing not only revealed crypto's polarizing effects, committee chair Sherrod Brown said that digital assets make it easier to commit crimes and facilitate terrorism, but also how lawmakers are trying to regulate crypto without excluding the US from its supposed benefits. Quote, "Lawmakers should not harm the United States' reputation for fostering technological innovation," Senator Pat Toomey said. Quote, "A lack of clarity is undermining that tradition and driving innovation abroad." Jonathan Levin, CEO of Chainalysis, testified that the transparency of blockchains enhances the ability of policymakers and law enforcement to detect, disrupt, and ultimately deter illicit activity. Chainalysis has won numerous government contracts to provide blockchain tracing services to federal agencies such as the FBI and Treasury Department. At one point, Warren pressed Levin on the hypothetical ease with which Russian oligarchs could launder funds through crypto networks and strategies such as chain hopping or rapidly transferring funds across multiple cryptocurrencies. Levin claimed that chain hopping would not allow an oligarch to hide their wealth. Warren said she was surprised by Levin's answer, considering the nature of Chainalysis's work. Kobanian stated that it's, quote, "impossible to transfer large amounts of money from fiat into crypto, as it would be difficult for oligarchs to quickly convert millions of rubles into crypto without detection. Quote, "Even if they do, there's nothing Russian oligarchs can do with it. For them, it's just numbers, which are pretty useless." Additionally, Kobanian said he hopes that efforts to enforce sanctions will not cut off regular Russian citizens from crypto networks. Quote, there are a lot of Russians in and outside of Russia who rely on crypto. These people are the opposition to the Putin regime, he said. Kobanian noted that payment suspensions by Visa and MasterCard have increased Russians' reliance on crypto and that it's imperative to still allow the opposition to survive both within Russia and outside. The bill also requires individuals who execute a digital asset transaction worth over $10,000 to one or more account outside of the US to report it to the Treasury Department's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. It also directs officials at the Treasury Department to issue reports to designated congressional committees on the implementation of the bill's provisions and make it a publicly available list of online trading platforms that are at a high risk for individuals to use to evade sanctions. Quote, a sanction system without strong authorities to limit evasion using digital assets is like having a security system but leaving the front door open. This bill would clarify Treasury's authorities and strengthen our sanctions on Putin and his enablers, Reid said in the press release. Warren announced the bill's development last week on NBC News, saying that Congress needs to closely monitor the loopholes digital assets and cryptocurrencies pose in the standard banking system. Quote, what I'm proposing and some other senators are working on right now is to authorize the president to say any of these exchanges that are not following through on economic sanctions against the oligarchs, against Russia, can't do business in the United States. She noted that her legislation will focus on the exchanges and crypto trading platforms, referencing that other countries like North Korea and Iran have been evading sanctions by storing money in cryptocurrencies. Quote, it's time for us not just to push back against formal banking, but also crypto on this issue, Warren said. So that's how Russian oligarchs' crypto wallets might get exposed here soon. The Bank of Russia gave Sberbank a license to issue and exchange digital assets on Thursday. The country's largest bank said sanctions have limited some forex transfers in Russia and internationally. Some regulators have raised concerns that Russia could use crypto to undermine the impacts of sanctions. The licenses mark a shift for the Bank of Russia, which has called for an outright ban on crypto usage, mining, and trading in the country. The country's biggest bank said that Western sanctions targeting Russia have limited the list of currencies it has available to transfer to other banks overseas and in Russia, Reuters reported. What do you guys think of this move from Congress? Do you think this bill is a good move for the future of crypto? Why or why not? Let us know with a quick comment down below. And if you liked today's video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching and have a great one.